channel. I am back with this week's Teen Mom Recap. Before I get started with this week's video, I would love it if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single week about the newest episode of Teen Mom, so if that's something you want to watch, go ahead and subscribe. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this week's video. So we start off with our weekly forced MTV Zoom call. Amber, of course, is running late to the Zoom call. How the fuck do you run late to a Zoom call? It's not like you have to drive anywhere. Caitlyn says, shocker, Amber's always late. Then Amber arrives. Everyone says, did you have fun at the wedding? We saw you with that girl. I think I had more fun than the bride, actually. Brianna asks her, was it a one-time thing? Not Brianna trying to relate to the cast in any way possible. Oh, like, by the way, I too am a connoisseur of the one-night stand that all our kids' classmates are gonna watch on TV. Want to compare STD tests, Amber? Then Mackenzie arrives to the call. Brianna asks, are you and Casanio living together yet? Not yet. What? Brianna cannot comprehend not moving in your man within a week. Amber also reveals why she gave such a non-response when asked about the wedding hookup. She has a new man, a bald-ass dude. This is my boyfriend. We're officially a couple. Hi, my name's Gary. Yes, another Gary. And it is at this point that I noticed the shit-ass quality of Amber's camera compared to everybody else's. Did this bitch pop onto the Zoom call with a Motorola Razr camera? Or worse, an Android camera? Anyway, that's the end of the Zoom call. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief that that obligation is over. Mackenzie reveals that Josh and her broke up and he moved back to Oklahoma and pays for absolutely nothing for any of their 3 kids. Which just goes to show that you can know someone for 15 plus years and they can still do you dirty. Sadly. Please put his ass on child support, Mackenzie. She's been dating Casanio, a soccer coach, for about a year now, and if we watched Family Reunion, we already met him. He cooks for us, he helps pay the bills, and we get along great. He loves my kids. She asks her kids, how would you feel if Kessie moved in? Happy, sure. And unlike when Leah asks her kids about her new men, I get the sense that Mackenzie's kids actually genuinely like him. Great, we're gonna take my office, which I never use, and make it Casanio's man cave. So he moves in, he brings his many soccer trophies, they kiss, and her daughter sits there making faces similar to the faces that Tyler makes in Caitlyn's scenes. Next is Leah. She says in a robotic, forced voice, I am so sad I missed Jade's marriage. What a bummer. She didn't want to go to that shit. I'm a real estate agent now, but I've been having issues finding a broker, so I ended up taking a waitress position. Victoria, her sister, calls Leah. I want to sit down and talk with you. Why? Dad wants to go to detox. Where? Here! Which is surprising. There are not a lot of rehabs in West Virginia. A lot of them are in like Florida, California. He wanted to be near his kids and grandkids. So yeah, he's at my house now. I just can't reject him. You need to know the difference between enabling and accepting. No, Leah, he's different this time. Okay, I'll go along with it, but if he ditches detox, then deuces. Leah seems to understand addiction far more than Victoria. I feel like most family members, they want to help someone who's struggling before they realize what addiction really entails, which is usually the addict leeching off you for everything that you have with no remorse because they're so deep in their addiction. But it's okay. Victoria will learn when she comes back home and all her furniture's gone. Mackenzie's daughter Jaxie gets into an unfortunate bike accident and she needs surgery. Mackenzie notices that Casanio has been very helpful the whole time. Mackenzie's dad arrives, and Mackenzie jokes that both him and her daughter have missing teeth. She said that her dad loves Casanio, and her dad asks Casanio how he feels about Mackenzie having kids when he doesn't have any of his own, and he says that it's easy for him. Zach is searching up Indeed.com, ZipRecruiter, anything to try to find a job, who is willing to hire a 33-year-old felon with no work experience. This is enough for Cheyenne to agree to go to a fertility doctor. Now, why would Cheyenne need a fertility doctor, you ask? Neither she nor Zach have ever had their tubes tied or vasectomy or anything. They never had issues trying for a baby. They're in their early 30s and most likely perfectly able to have a baby. I guess they just needed a storyline. So they go to the fertility doctor where Cheyenne reveals that she's on birth control pills. Then why are you here? They're not going to get an accurate reading on anything. Even the doctor, who obviously wants their money, seems confused as to why they're there. She does an ultrasound and she's like, well, your follicles are suppressed, probably because your birth control pills. You could freeze your eggs at this point, but honestly, it's not urgent. You won't get until that critical point until about age 36. Next, Leah, which is Amber and Gary's daughter, not Leah Messer, is turning 15 and they're all going out to a birthday dinner. Christina says that Leah is very vocal and opinionated, and that Amber doesn't realize that the way she talks to Leah annoys her. When they go out to eat for her birthday, Leah says, let's take bets on how long it'll take Amber to get here. Gary's 2002 ass ringtone goes off. I haven't heard anything like this in years.
Hello?
Hey.
And it's Amber. He tells Amber, we're starving and you're late. No. And I don't know what Amber is on in this episode, but it's something. I don't know if it's psych meds that aren't working, Xannies, alcohol, but she is more Delulu than ever, and you will see. Amber arrives an hour late for her own daughter's birthday just as the food comes out, and Gary says, did that seem like fast service to you? Shut up. Amber says to Leah, did you know you're about to need me now more than ever? You're about to get real crazy. And the silence that follows that statement is deafening. Then Amber once again shifts the focus to herself. So, I have a new boyfriend. Leah says, I'm scared. This is why I'm sarcastic with you. Let me show you a picture. I don't want to see a picture. Do you want a third kid? Yeah, I do actually. So Amber shows Leah the picture, and Leah hits her with the, as long as he makes you happy. Which, I mean, can you blame her? I would have been a lot meaner. I would have been like, oh damn, aliens did come to Indiana. I guess Amber has seen the memes about as long as he makes you happy, because she says to Leah, the fuck are you talking about? That's rude. I didn't say anything about him. That's the point. You're being a dick. That's right, Amber just called her own child a dick on her birthday for no reason. In front of her 8-year-old little sister Emily, who says, that was a bad word. See, Leah, you make me want to cuss. You have self-control. I obviously do. The attempted manipulation here is insane. Like, blaming Leah for you getting mad and cursing, and then claiming to have self-control, which is like Janelle claiming to be Mom of the Year. Oh, and I say attempted manipulation, because clearly Leah is too smart to be swayed by this bullshit. But it's still really sad, and she doesn't deserve it. Gary asks, what time is it? And Amber, the master of self-control, is once again set off by this innocuous question. Why are you asking what time it is? It's 6 o'clock. Leah needs to study for her homework. Okay, calm down. And again, Amber telling somebody to calm down, absolutely rich. You asked a question. All I did was answer. You got an issue or something? My god, Amber is on one! It's about to get even worse though. But let's move on to Leah. Victoria warns their dad that Leah is not going to be very welcoming. But Leah says she can actually extend compassion because she also went through addiction. So her dad gets in Leah's car and they share an emotional hug. I love you. I love you too, and I'm sorry for being messed up for so long. When it comes to our past, I already did the work I needed to do. I hold no grudges, and I forgive you. But I have a boundary. I will not allow my daughters to be exposed to the same pain that you put me through. And he's okay with that. In her confessional, she said she was prepared to get a call that he died, so this is actually harder for her. Caitlyn reveals that she hasn't talked to her mom in 6 months. We have no help with the kids now. The fact that there's no effort on her part is crazy to me. Caitlyn pulls Nova aside and explains April's situation. Nova asks, when's she gonna stop drinking so I can go over there? Do you miss her? Yeah, but she can be mean sometimes, and she acts weird. Once she fell asleep in the bathtub. I don't want you around that. But I miss her so much though. I want her back. She cries and Caitlyn gives her a hug. If she won't change, she doesn't deserve to be in our life. Does Grandma not want us in her life? Well, she would have to give that answer. Well, that was heartbreaking. April really needs to get it together. I know Butch has been to rehab like 10 times, but has April been to rehab? I actually don't know. On a much lighter note, Cheyenne gets back from the doctor. Yeah, we still need more stability and a job with benefits before I have another kid. Freezing eggs is not for me right now. This is to the surprise of absolutely no one. Back to the disaster dinner. Amber says, Gary, you need to chill. Why are you so sensitive today? I'm just sitting here eating my cannoli. Can I do that? I'm not being sensitive. You're not gonna treat me like that. Excuse you for your attitude. The projection is insane. Like everything that Amber was during this dinner, quick to anger, extremely sensitive, huge attitude, she accuses Gary of doing. Total projection. I cannot stand when people do that shit. It's like when someone's cheating on you and they keep accusing you of cheating. Same thing. Leah starts crying, not that Amber gives a fuck, even though she's sitting right beside her. and Gary asks, who was late today? And Amber actually says, not me. Girl, this was filmed. Like, you can't just sit there and deny that you were late. It's not debatable. 100% you, actually. And she says, what are you talking about? I got here right on time. The gaslighting. Holy shit. The gaslighting. The way she said that, like it was the most factual, common sense thing in the world. When again, cameras caught her arriving an hour late. Like, she's gotta be on some kind of substance here. Gary says, I'm sorry, Leah. And Amber says, what are you saying sorry for? Do you not see? She's crying. Of course Amber doesn't see. So poor Leah is sobbing, and she's asking, can you both please stop? And asshole Amber says, I literally didn't start anything. Doesn't comfort her child, doesn't apologize, just shifts the blame. Both of you stop. Amber says to Gary, you just made your daughter cry because you have an attitude. I got nothing else to say. Leah goes to the bathroom with her real mom, Christina, to calm down. And the episode ends with Amber saying, I never get a chance with her. Bruh. So that's all for this enraging episode of Teen Mom, the next chapter. Please leave a comment down below of what substance you think Amber was on here, and or a list of the psychological manipulation tactics she tried to use on Gary and Leah. Leave a comment down below, and make sure to subscribe for more Teen Mom recaps every week.